I agree with you, Rose. And that's what we're about to talk about. If I'm the Pacers, I'm making some trades to go one young and two to get picks, and this is why. Because the Pacers have really good players. We're talking about Miles Turner, talking about Domantas Sabonis. These aren't bad players. These are really good, really solid players who can make an impact on a lot of different teams. You add Miles Turner or Sabonis to a team that's either already a contender or like on the cusp of being a really good contender. That's a dangerous squad. Like imagine this is a wild hypothetical, but it's the first team that came on my mind. A team that's good right now, but you add a Turner to instead of the big man they got, and I think they're better. You add Miles Turner to the Bulls instead of Nikola Vucevic, the way he's been playing, and the Bulls, in my opinion, are title contenders, healthy Bulls. You know what I'm saying? You add Miles Turner to the Warriors, and we're gonna show that trade package. It's not impossible. That sounds wild to say, but if you have Miles Turner to a team like the Warriors, and y'all can just go ahead and pack it up, um, and be getting the talks of Portland. Yes, they could get into talks of Portland. We're gonna talk about Portland in a little bit. Portland's got some shaky waters going on. But I want to show you guys one thing real quick. A guy I'm a big fan of. His name is Kenny Beecham. If you're a fan of NBA, if you're a fan of like I'll say NBA internet, NBA Twitter, NBA YouTube, NBA just NBA in general. I mean, this guy's out here. One pretty popular guy on YouTube right now. His name's Kenny Beecham, King in the fourth quarter. He has a really big following, and he asked his followers to give him some Pacers trades. So he asked his fan base, send me some Pacer trades, ideas for a video. I might have went a little crazy with it. Blah, blah, blah. So let's just go down the list and talk about a couple of these. I haven't looked at these yet, but I want to see what y'all think, and we're just gonna talk about some things real quick. I think the Pacers should trade for SGA and some key pieces like solid ropers. Yeah, I would love to see. I want to see SGA on a different team. We'll talk about it in a second. So this right here, we got the Pacers. Receive Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm the Pacers, I'm not doing this trade. I'm not. The bonus is no, I'm not doing this trade. If I'm the Pacers, I'm gonna tell you right now. Sorry, it works money wise, but I'm not doing this trade. This is a three-way trade. Warriors receives the bonus. This is a huge win for the Warriors. The Sixers would get Jeremy Lamb, T.J. Warren, Karis LeVert. Pacers get Ben, James Wiseman, Kuminga, Moses Moody. I'm the Sixers. I'm not doing this trade. I think you can get a lot more for Ben Simmons and Jeremy Lamb, T.J. Warren, and Karis LeVert. Although I do really like Karis, I wouldn't necessarily do this trade. I feel like you don't need T.J. Warren. We already have solid. I mean, he'd be a solid backup wing, but I don't love this trade if I'm the Sixers. I did see a trade here earlier that I do kind of like. So he wants to do Pacers receive Derrick Jones Jr., Bulls receive T.J. Warren. See, this is what I like because this would be a full-blown blow-up, and I think that's what they need to do. It needs to be a full-blown blow-up. We don't need to get no time to be going back and forth on whether or not we're going to keep some players, get rid of some players. If I'm the Pacers, I'm rebuilding. If I'm the Pacers. So if I'm the Pacers, I want people's picks, and I want young players. Derrick Jones Jr. is a nice young player. 2022 first-round pick for Portland. And that could be low-key an interesting pick because considering Portland might also be blowing it up, that can mean something. Kings receiving Sabonis, get rid of Marvin Bagley and Halliburton. I really like him, young guy. Also under contract, so you don't got to really worry about that. Marvin Bagley the third, only 1 year left on this deal, but you get 2 first rounds from the Kings. This, honestly, like, as much as I don't want to see another super team in the league, this is probably my favorite my favorite trade I've seen for proposed so far. Because Miles Turner on the Warriors, I think would truly be what they wanted Boogie Cousins to be. Remember when they signed DeMarcus Cousins and everybody was like, oh my gosh, they got DeMarcus Cousins. This team's about to be crazy. This team's really about to be out here. And then he just wasn't really DeMarcus Cousins. Like, he shoot a little bit, but he wasn't himself. But Miles Turner on this team would be different. You got an elite rim protector. So you'd have Draymond Green's really good switchable defense. You have an elite rim protector in Miles Turner. Miles Turner has been probably like top 3 in blocks over the last probably 5 seasons. I haven't looked it up, but off the top of my head, he's been like top 3 in blocks at the last 5 seasons. And then you'd have that was a loud text message. And then you'd have Miles Turner's pretty good 3-point shooting. I would love to see that for Miles because I'm a fan of Miles, and I know if Miles goes to that team, he's very likely to win the championship. But for the rest of the league, I would hate to see Miles Turner on the Warriors. All right. And then this last one I wanted to talk about, Karis LeVert going to the Mavericks. I think this actually would be really good for the Mavericks. So what the Mavericks are struggling with right now is, yeah, you see the sweat, G. What the Mavericks are really struggling with right now is they have Luka, right? And we all know he has the height the Warriors need, exactly. We all know Luka is Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? He's got potential to go down as one of the greats. Uh, right now, he receives a lot more love than I personally think he deserves, but I see the potential of like his future. But I feel like the Mavericks need a secondary ball handler. Like a lot of the Mavericks offense is dribble, dribble, dribble by Luka, driving kick, and not a lot of other guys who can create their own shots. Porzingis had a couple stretches. He had the stretch, I made a TikTok about it a couple weeks ago, where I thought he was about to look like Knicks Porzingis, and then he went right back to looking like Dallas Porzingis once again. So if Porzingis can be himself and they can get a healthy version of Karis LeVert, I really like what that could turn out for that team.